Hello and welcome. My name is Darren Guest, and welcome to the United Labor Force training site. Now, on this training site, what you'll find is a host of video trainings, resources, and tools that's going to allow you to become better doing online work, marketing, and at being an entrepreneur. So, feel free to come back to this site and always check for the updated and newest information so that you can become the best at what it is you do, which is this online work and marketing. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. In this first video, I'm going to talk a little bit about your mentality, which is your mindset. What's the mindset that's going to allow you to excel doing this type of work, becoming an online marketer, becoming an entrepreneur, working online? What's the mindset that's going to allow you to excel? And to go even a little further than that, just in general, what are the successful mindsets that wealthy people have, that successful people have, that the top professionals in every aspect of every profession have? I want to talk to you about that here briefly on this first video. So let's go ahead and get started. Number one is taking personal responsibility. Okay, you need to be 100% responsible for everything that happens to you. So things that happen to you, either you're in control and you're 100% responsible for it, whether it's good or bad, or it's not important enough to even worry about. And you should dismiss it and forget it immediately because you can't control it. But it has to be one or the other. What you'll find is with a lot of people that they use all sorts of excuses, whether it's too hard or they're too busy or they don't have enough money or and the list can go on and on. But the bottom line is your actions have put you in that position, whatever they may be. So unless you're willing to take 100% responsibility of the things that have happened, then the bottom line is you can't truly become successful. You can't truly become successful because you always find yourself making excuses. Okay. The next thing is going to be about the program in general. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Okay, and nothing is. I always hear that term, that is this a get-rich-quick scheme? There is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. Because the bottom line is, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute, either you have the skills or you don't. There is no opportunity that, you can literally get involved in something and luck up and make money. Sure, that could potentially happen. But for the vast majority of people, that's not going to happen. And you shouldn't count on that happening. So be prepared to do some work. Be prepared to do some work. There's no free money here. Be patient. Be patient. Understand that this is not going to happen overnight for you. Okay? If you don't have the skills. This is not going to happen overnight. I know I had someone send me an email. I get that often, where I have people either send me an email or maybe give me a call and they say, hey, I brought one person in and I didn't make any money yet. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You have to have some expectations that you have to be patient. This is a long-term deal, and it's a long-term deal in terms of what you're going to learn, what you're going to be able to put into action, and being able to be consistent about that, and being able to humble yourself to wait long enough for it to bear fruit. If you were planting a garden, you wouldn't expect to see a crop the next day. That's the bottom line. So you have to be patient. You also want to prepare to learn. And what I mean by prepare to learn is there are going to be a lot of new things coming at you for the most part. There's going to be a lot of new skills that you're going to learn, a lot of new experiences you're going to have, and you have to be prepared to learn these new things and understand that you're going to fail forward. You're going to have some successes, you're going to have some failures, but that's a part of the kind of work that we do, and that's just a part of success. You know, you see the picture of the kid learning to ride the bicycle, and that's what it's like. I mean, remember the first time you rode a bicycle. So you have to be aware that it's a challenge, especially starting out, but it does get better. Okay? Understand this, that skills make you money. Here are some of the highest paid athletes: Carmelo Anthony, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. The highest paid athletes, and the reason they're paid so high is because of their skill. That's it. You would never ask, does professional basketball work? Does this little thingy called basketball work? The NBA. Does that work? You wouldn't ask that question. The people who make money, who are the highest paid professional athletes, have the skills. And in these guys' case, they are the best dribblers and shooters and rebounders and passers in the world in terms of the game of basketball. So some of the things that you're going to learn throughout this training and throughout the tips and the resources is that there are certain skills that you need to have when you're coming into the online world of marketing, when you're becoming an entrepreneur, when you're working online. There are certain skills that you need to have. Once you get those skills and you continue to perform those skills better, the more money that you'll make. The more money you'll make. Okay, so it's the skills that make you the money. And lastly is consistency. You have to be willing to do this day in and day out, day in and day out. Day in and day out. You have to be willing to do it. Because ultimately you have to, again, fail forward. You have to get better. You have to start out not being so good and be willing to go through that period of time where you're not so good. Maybe it lasts a week, maybe it lasts a month, maybe it lasts a year, maybe it lasts 5 years. To get to the point where all of a sudden now you're getting it, to get to the point where now you're good. And if you can do that, and if you're willing to do that, then something called the compound effect will happen. Okay? The compound effect. If you're not familiar with the compound effect, one of the books I will recommend you read is the book called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, who's publisher of the Success Magazine. And again, in the compound effect, it talks about that daily activity over time will ultimately produce you the result. Because what you find is that the first few times that you do it, nothing really is happening. It seems like nothing is happening. But what we know to be true is that once you get so far, you will start to see the result. So hopefully you will stay in and be involved and go on this journey and stay consistent long enough for you to see the result that you're looking for. So with that, that's the first video. Please continue to come back and use this as a resource, again, with this United Labor Force training site. And I look forward to seeing you at the top. Take care.